Hello, Catherine. Welcome to the show.
Hello, how's it going?
Great. So, before we talk about you and your business and everything, I just want people to know how we met. So, do you want to say how we met online?
Yeah, I think I posted in a Facebook group looking for a web designer who could take my authenticity and put it into WordPress. And
Really? I
I,
forgot that's how we met.
I'm pretty sure it is. And then you
Nice.
sent me a message and you're like, hey, like I'd love to chat, I do web design. And I was
Mm.
like, definitely. And it was probably 2 weeks later and I felt so bad that I hadn't answered you. So it just worked out so
Oh,
well.
yeah. Yeah,
Yes,
okay. I
and now I'm
totally
in
remember
love
that.
with the work. Yes.
Yeah, for some reason I thought it was on Instagram, but I guess that's because that's where I meet everybody.
Right.
So, yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I remember definitely the Facebook Messenger conversation, and then from
Mhm.
there we had our call, and we just
Yeah.
hit it off. It was so great, and just working on your website, I really felt guilty for eating cookie dough while working on your website. Because I'm thinking I have the worst habits when it comes
Right.
to being an online entrepreneur and wellness. And anyone that
Yeah.
watches my Insta stories, follows any kind of interviews that a lot of people, when they interview me, they ask about that. I'm like,
Right.
I suck. Like, that's the only answer I can give. So I'm just so excited that you're going to be on the show because I think this is so important to just have like a holistic view. And then,
Yeah.
okay, how can we actually have a holistic health experience in our life productively that's not going to suck up time, but it's going to make us more productive in the long run too because we are taking care of ourselves. So,
Yeah, definitely.
yes.
And then you always have your return on investment, which is more energy, more productivity in your business for the long haul, which is what we all look for at the end of the day.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
tell me more about your
Awesome.
business.
Yes. So my business is holistic health coaching and personal training. So I focus on one-on-one health coaching with clients. So it could look like anything from a 3 month to a 6 month program that we work together.
Hmm.
And it's really to develop holistic health habits. So that's nutrition planning, lifestyle, goals. A lot of people come to me for nutrition advice and then realize they're phasing into another area of their life where they want to launch a business.
Mm,
So, because they're just finding themselves through the process of
right.
honoring themselves and loving themselves and listening to their intuition and their dreams. And it just evolves. So, the holistic approach is really the whole person, not
Mm.
just the nutrition. But I think a lot of people find me through nutrition and weight loss at first.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's so magical too once I start working with the client and they just begin to evolve as a person
Hmm.
and they get to see it as well. So it's a really, really nice transition.
Ah, nice. I
Yeah,
love
yeah, it's
that.
great.
Man, okay, so I'm really excited to dive into exactly how to incorporate these holistic habits that you're talking about into our daily
Yeah,
lives. Because you're in the online entrepreneur space too. You get it.
yes,
It's tough to
it is.
balance everything.
Definitely. And I mean, I could be in the middle of a project or of a launch myself and feel like I'm eating a salad and a baked potato because I'm so busy as well. So it's finding the little key steps to ensure that we're keeping our health at the forefront of our business and of our lives because that's what's going to propel us forward.
Right.
So I kind of came up with 7 steps for an online entrepreneur to take just to maintain their health and increase their vitality as well.
Hmm.
My first tip, and it's always the first one I give to a new client, is to keep a food journal. So it could look something like inside your day planner or inside your online calendar. It's just kind of write down what you've been eating because a lot of times working from home or from a coffee shop, we don't realize like we're grabbing the cookies, we're
Oh
grabbing
gosh.
the little chocolates out of the freezer.
If anyone saw my food journal, you'd be judging me hardcore.
No judgment, no judgment. So it brings an awareness right away. And I think the awareness is the first step to wanting to make that change.
Hmm.
So even if it's 2 to 3 days, like it's not a big 2 month commitment, it's really 2 to 3 days. And then from that point, you start tweaking it. You know, if you're saying like, oh, I'm grabbing for a chocolate every day at 3, maybe I need that little bit of energy, so I'm going to reach for a banana because it's that bit of sugar and carbs that your body needs to push you through to dinner time. So that's a little kind of transition for the food journal.
And you're
then
talking
also
about like the food and water journal. I like that you include water because
Yeah.
you know you say, my gosh, for me, water is that's what I'm actually trying to do, and this is my little thing in my mind that's terrible. So I have this smart water
Yep.
bottle that I just refill over and over and over again because I kind of feel cool that it's a smart. I don't know why, it just makes me feel kind of fancy because
yeah,
it says smart water. And I always thought, oh man, they're drinking smart water. Every time I see someone with a smart water bottle, that sounds so lame. But anyways, whatever. So I'm trying to drink 3 of these every single day. But my
Yeah.
problem is this. So I feel healthy because I'm drinking water. But in order to drink all that water, I'm eating really bad and salty food so that I can drink it. Do you have any water tips?
My best water tip is buy a water bottle that you love. So if it's your smart
Your
bottle,
smart water bottle.
go for it. I have the Hydro Flask water bottle now.
Ooh, that sounds fancy.
Yeah,
Fancier
they're
than
really
a
nice.
smart water bottle.
They're super swanky.
Oh, wow. That is
Yeah.
nice.
So when I went to Hawaii back in October, everyone had them, and I was like, I want to be like a cool kid in
yeah,
Hawaii.
it's like that's what the cool kids are doing. I went
Right.
on Hydro Flask.
So I got one,
Nice.
and I'm pretty sure it's a 32 ounce, which is equivalent to a liter.
Mm,
And I try and drink 2 to 3 liters a day. So I'm in Canada, so we're on a different metric system. But the 32 ounce, I'm pretty sure, is almost equivalent to a liter. And I'm drinking 3 of those a day. So for me, it's easier to think, okay, 3 full water bottles from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed. So I don't have to think of 8 glasses or whatever. It's just really simple. It's 3 water bottles. And the best trick that I learned to get as much water in as possible is drink a liter or 32 ounces before you eat. So it's actually like an internal bath. You're flushing your entire system, you're cleaning your body, and you're like energizing yourself for the entire day with that fresh start of water.
Mm.
So what
Okay.
I would do is I would keep that 32 ounces on my bedside table. So it was nice room temperature when I'd wake up, and I'd just start drinking right away. Then I brush my teeth, I drink some more. I'd be making my lunch or replying to emails, answering clients, sipping on my water. And then a couple hours later, it's breakfast, and I already have a liter down.
Golly, girl.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of people say it's more energizing than drinking a coffee because you've just flushed your system of toxins.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so it's just super hydrating, and then you only got 2 more liters to drink all day.
Well, I'm just going to say I don't drink coffee, but I'm definitely a skin person. I'm obsessed with my
Yes.
skin because I have bad skin. And so drinking water was a big thing for me, especially when my skin was just at its worst because I had to hydrate my skin and I was drinking 5 smart waters a day. 'Cause I was like, down in these smart waters, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways,
So
yeah.
water, and that's true, water's great for your skin. So right in the morning, you're going to be hydrating your entire body with that liter. For
That's
people who
awesome.
don't like the taste of water, you could do lemon and cucumber. That's like a spa
lemon.
water. Love that one. Or a good high quality food grade essential oil, like a tangerine or a wild orange.
Oh,
It's
I haven't heard that
so,
before.
yeah, and especially in the afternoon, I like it to uplift my energy, or a bit of peppermint and a bit of orange mixed together. So revitalizing. As you're drinking it, you're smelling it, it's going into your system. That's one of my favorite combinations for around 1 o'clock.
What? I have never
Yeah.
heard of using essential oils in water before. That's so
Yes.
interesting.
I use doTERRA, so it's a food grade, but I'm sure there's other brands out there
Yeah.
as well.
You definitely
Like,
have
yeah.
to use food grade. I'm just getting the
Yeah.
Amazon ones because I just diffuse them. But if I started
Right.
doing that, yeah, I'd have to up my essential oil game.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the wild orange and peppermint are 2 of the least expensive oils to buy, and it's 1 drop of each, so the bottle would last you forever.
Nice. That's
Yeah,
an
and
awesome tip.
It's so great. Definitely try it.
I will.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, when it comes to like going through your day, like for instance, like
Hmm.
right now I have veggie straws on my desk, but
Yes.
I do not have that all the time. I'm, squirrel brain over here figuring out all these emails to respond to, and sometimes I even forget to eat. So what
Right.
kind of healthy snacks do you recommend that we can have next to us, that way we don't end up getting cookie dough or cheese sticks, because that's my go-to.
Right. Cookie dough and cheese sticks. Every
For
girl's
real.
dream. Um, what I love to do is I kind of set an hour aside every week
Hmm.
to do an online order. So if I have to order from Amazon or online, I use iHerb.com.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, it's a great website and it's basically like a wholesale food and vitamin
Oh, wow.
website. Yeah, it's really inexpensive.
And
And
what
you're
is that
getting
called again?
iHerb. So
Oh,
iHerb.com.
okay. We'll have that in the show notes.
Yeah, definitely. And so I actually have a blog post up on my website of like the 10 best paleo snacks. So some were as simple as like beef jerky that doesn't have sugar in it, um, freeze dried strawberries, and they taste like candy. They're so delicious.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, having like a trail mix in a mason jar on your desk or in a drawer. And these are just things that you can restock every week. So if you're like grinding out emails and after email after email, you're just going to grab that and you're going to start snacking on it. And it's
right.
going to save you from eating like the Cheetos
Or the cheese
um,
sticks.
or the cheese sticks.
Well,
Exactly.
we'll include that paleo blog or not recipe blog article in the show notes
Definitely.
as well. So I do have a question for you, because I feel like smoothies are a really healthy snack, or can
Yes.
be, but my problem is that I do not have enough time to make a fresh smoothie every single time. So then I just don't, and then I get cookie dough, because I have this like really, I know I keep going back to cookie dough. I'm saying that because I found this really cool like personal cookie dough recipe that you can
Right.
just like spoonful of flour,
Yes.
sugar, and then
Saw
it
that.
makes like one little cookie dough cup. And like it's so
Yeah.
perfect. So I'd much rather do that than a smoothie, which is terrible. So I've tried freezing smoothies before, but
Yeah.
then when I take them out of the freezer, it takes forever to, dethaw. And then also whenever it's thawed, it does not taste like I originally did it. And then I
Right.
did the ice cube thing, to where I was putting those smoothies in ice cubes and then letting that dethaw, but it still wasn't the same as it was weird. Is there any way to go about
Right.
prepping a smoothie that doesn't suck?
You could go with a super simple recipe. So one of my favorites is a vanilla protein. I use a plant-based protein, a banana,
Hmm.
and almond milk with ice. Throw it in, blend it, you got a smoothie. That's like a super simple, I'm in a rush, I got to get out the door. Another way of doing it, if you want to include more superfoods, more greens, like kind of have a more fancy smoothie, is taking freezer bags and freezing the whole fruit and vegetable. And then when you're ready to make a smoothie, throw it in the blender, add your liquid, blend it, it's done.
Whoa. Okay, so meal prep your smoothies in a way
Meal
that's in
prep
a
your
bag,
smoothies. Yeah.
and you just put that in the freezer.
Hmm.
That is genius.
Yeah. So that's what I have my clients do when they're meal prepping. Some of my clients are busy with 3 kids, a full-time job. So when they're spreading peanut butter on toast for their little babes, they need to be blending a smoothie at the same time. So it's really simple to just open a Ziploc baggie, throw it into your mixer, your blender, add your liquid, you're good to go.
Okay, that's what I need to do. That's so much
Yeah,
better than making the smoothie and then freezing it.
exactly.
Yeah, okay. Good tip. See,
Thanks.
that just answered my really big question that I've been asking myself for half a year now. Man, girl,
There you go. And then
genius over here.
you're also just throwing your superfoods in there because I find for me that's what takes the longest part is okay, here's my tablespoon of hemp seeds, here's my tablespoon of chia seeds, my
Right.
maca, this powder, that powder, because it's like a teaspoon of each of powders. And if I want 5 powders, I've just spent 5 minutes opening and closing little bags of powders. So
Girl,
it
how
all
many
just,
powders do you have in your smoothie?
oh, you just wait.
I'm only
Uh,
putting flaxseed in there. Obviously, I need to up my smoothie game.
gotta get those superfoods in there.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. So that's just a way to make it very convenient and easy for on the go or just a busy entrepreneur.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so are there any other healthy snacks that we should be having on hand?
I love fruit, always having fruit on hand, but making my fruit appealing. So slicing up an apple with some peanut butter. Or,
oh, yeah, that sounds good. I should do that.
And then you're getting a little bit of fat and protein in there with it, so it's going to fill you up longer.
Mm-hmm.
Or apple with cinnamon and pumpkin seeds on the side. And it's getting into a routine with it. And it's once you know what your snacks are, your go-to snacks that are going to be either on your counter or in your fridge or in your handbag,
right?
You're not going to have to think about it. It's like Steve Jobs wearing the same outfit every day because he didn't have to think about it.
Yes.
You want to food, your food could easily get like that. You have your go-tos. You don't have to eat the same thing every single day, but you have a routine. You have it to the point where you don't think about it, and then your energy and your creativity goes towards your business.
I love that. So something that was a big breakthrough with me just 2 months ago, and obviously it didn't break through enough because I'm still eating cheese sticks, but something in the South, I'm from the South, and oh my goodness, food here, it's an event. It's not just, oh, you need to, eat organic or no, like it's how much can you eat? Shovel it in your mouth until you feel like puking. It is like an event. And like for me, whenever you go to client meetings, the most impressive thing. So, I work at an agency, so we're going to meet with these, multimillionaires. And, we're going to eat at this restaurant. And the most impressive thing wasn't my knowledge of marketing, which I feel like I'm really smart. It was the fact that I ate an entire chicken fried steak in 10 minutes.
Oh my God. I love the South.
And that's the South for you. So
right.
We're super impressed with food. We're very big foodies. But that's terrible for me because I have this really bad emotional connection with food, to be honest. So where it's almost like an addiction, not, weird, not any of that, but it is to where I can't think healthily about food. Like, okay, no, I don't eat cookie dough, even though I'm craving that right now. It's kind of like I go to it and I don't even want to stop. Like, I don't even want to say, Haley, make something else that's not cookie dough. And anyways, it's weird. So, but anyways, I was listening to this program and it was saying stuff about Steve Jobs and then how meal prepping and all of the stuff with your food helps as entrepreneurs because it takes up less mind space. And they thought, food should be fuel. Food should not be anything else. Food fuels your energy throughout the day. That's it. Do not have an emotional connection to food. And I didn't realize that I actually had an emotional connection to food before. Until that moment, it was just like, like light bulb moments over here,
Right. Definitely. And I think there's a time and place for that beautiful emotional connection to food because, it brings us together as a community or as a family. So to us, every Sunday night, our entire family gets together and has a beautiful meal.
Oh, that's awesome.
Those are the nights where it's like, yeah, I'm having dessert, I'm having white bread, I'm going to add a little bit of extra butter to my potatoes. Like, it's just going and enjoying it. But knowing, the rest of the week, I'm very healthful and mindful of what I'm eating as food for fuel. Now I'm growing a little babe in my belly.
Yes, so excited. Oh, my gosh. When I got that email, I flipped out.
It's so exciting. And, my first trimester was such a struggle because I wanted to eat cereal every single day. And it was the only food that was appealing to me. And with my background and knowledge in nutrition, I'm like, what am I doing to myself? But a broccoli is the last thing on this planet that I want to see, look, or taste. Like, it was just not going to happen. But now that I'm past that point, I'm like, I could almost empathize better with my clients as well. Because I went through that struggle. Yeah, and to them sometimes they don't ever want to think about a green vegetable or a salad or a smoothie. Right. So it's coming back to that mindset is food is for fuel.
Yeah.
What I eat is either causing disease or preventing disease.
Oh, whoa, that is powerful.
It is. It's very powerful and it goes very deep because we've all been affected by some sort of disease in our lives, whether it's personal or family or friends. We can all attest to somebody having cancer or heart disease, a heart attack. And yeah, food is a huge catalyst towards our health, and we all know that.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's when you're going out with a group of friends and you're so excited, and you can say to yourself, especially if you're new to this journey, is this decision going to encourage a disease or help prevent a disease?
Right.
And that very powerful statement and question will really make you reevaluate it.
I love that.
And it's thank you. It's been really good for people beginning the journey, because after a while you also want to enjoy yourself, like have a glass of wine with a piece of chocolate and your cookie dough.
Oh, we brought the cookie dough in.
There's a time and place for the cookie dough.
This is how you know that you need to hire Catherine, because if she can incorporate cookie dough into healthy lifestyle, she's worthy of hiring.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and there's just always that time to rejoice and enjoy and
Totally.
surrender into what we love. And it's like an entrepreneur, you could go, 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 but what happens if you never go to the spa one day and just relax? You're going to get burnt out. You're going to feel discouraged, and it's not going to be as enjoyable. You're almost going to resent it. So it's having that ebb and flow in business and nutrition, relationships, in life as a holistic approach.
Right. I love that. And I really feel like that leads into what you're saying about creating a routine and being simple with everything.
Definitely, 100%. And I mean, I even acknowledged in myself this morning, I hardly slept last night, and I woke up rushing to get out the door this morning, and it took me literally 5 minutes to make my breakfast and my entire lunch for the day. And somebody at work asked me, they're like, oh, like, do you meal prep for the week? And I actually sat there, I'm like, no, it took me 5 minutes. And that is breakfast, 3 snacks, a whole lunch, because I'm eating for 2 now. So I have to be over prepared with extra food. And it just happens so quickly because I know what to grab for.
Right.
And it's become that routine where I don't think. I'm in the kitchen just grabbing what I need, putting it in my containers, and going.
Oh, I love that. I love that that's, yeah, I need that in my life.
And it does come easily. And especially for entrepreneurs who are home throughout the day, it's important to still have an idea of a meal prep or an idea of what you're going to eat, because otherwise we're grazing. We are grazing beings.
Right.
So we won't actually sit down to a meal. We will just eat snacks and pick throughout the day.
Right.
So I have a friend who's also a health coach who became a business coach through just the years and her own experience. And that's what she was finding, is her health was deteriorating because of her lifestyle of working from home. And she's like, I need to meal prep like I did when I was going into the office every day.
Right. Sometimes that structure, it really helps.
It does.
Yeah.
It does, because, I mean, a lot of people fall off track with structure in their business once they go full-time in their business.
Right, exactly. And you know, that's what I love. I love the structure of, okay, I know I'm going to the office Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and just having those routines, having the, I mean, it's amazing in what it can do, but I know that whenever I worked full-time online business, just in my home alone, I had no structure, no routine, waking up whenever I wanted, going to sleep super late at night, no schedule. I was miserable. I was depressed. It was terrible. Some people just need structure. I do.
Yeah. Same. I'm the same way. I'm a structure kind of girl. And for some people, it'll just be, if you are a full-time at-home entrepreneur, maybe schedule time to Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays is go to your local coffee shop or Starbucks and mindfully pack your snacks. I mean, I was the girl who would show up at Starbucks for 8 hours a day, and I'd buy 1 cup of tea, and I was a gold member, so I get free refills, and I'd have like my lunch bag with me.
I love it. I love it. That is so me. That is so me. I would do that.
So I'd have like my grapes with some pecans and like a whole lunch. I'd just be picnicking at Starbucks while working all day.
I was about to say, I was like, picnic with Catherine in Starbucks.
Yeah.
I love that.
Anybody
really
wants
good.
to come, please join me.
And then you also get ready for the day. And I think that's important for mental health too, just getting ready. Now, some days is a yoga pants day. Like right now, wearing a nice top and yoga pants. But then other days, I like getting in heels and I like dressing up and feeling like a power woman, you know?
You got some nice shoes to wear.
Girl, I got a whole closet of nice
shoes. I love your shoes.
I love my shoes.
Right.
They're my babies.
So you got to have somewhere to wear them to, right?
I do.
Yeah. And it's so important to feel good about yourself.
It is.
Too. And I think getting ready, and especially for women, is putting on our makeup, doing our hair, and getting out of the house and just feeling like we're accomplishing something.
Yes, for sure. Now, whenever it comes to moving our bodies, this is definitely something that I struggle with as well, because and this isn't like an unhealthy like thing with food. This is just me saying, oh, I need to do this in my business. And it's not even an important task that I could literally do in less time tomorrow. I'm trying to avoid working out at all costs. Right. And I know that in my subconscious mind, I'm actually just making excuses and I'm being lazy.
I love your honesty. Yeah. That's so great.
Just being honest
Thank
here,
you. I think one way to do it is thinking beyond just a workout. I think working out with what Instagram and Pinterest are today, there's two types of people. People who really resonate with it and want to strive to be what we see on social media, and others who are like, nah, just not for me. But if we come back to ourselves and realize why we're doing it for us and not for external gratification, it becomes easier to make it a habit. So when I have people who don't want to work out, refuse to walk into a gym, do not want to spend $1 on gym equipment, I encourage them to move their body, but to get outdoors. Because this way you're going for a walk and you're getting fresh air, and ideally you're getting into nature a little bit. So if you're not living in like a concrete jungle, you can get out in nature, and it's been proven that it's going to increase our creativity. So it's benefiting your business.
Oh,
so
for sure.
People need to have that spin on it as, okay, well, if me working out's wasting time, I could be doing X, Y, and Z in my business. Just realize that disconnecting, going for a walk, moving your body, getting your heart pumping, getting into nature, you're actually making room for more creativity, more flow, and more ease in your business.
And you'll be so much more productive. I've been doing a lot of studying on just millionaires and millionaire CEOs, and every single one in every single interview, they have an exercise routine, and they take that seriously, and they put it as top priority right underneath their family. I think that is so crazy because, you know, I always like to study people that are doing better things than I am.
Right.
And so I look at what they're doing differently. There's so much they're doing differently. But specifically that alone, I was just like, I don't take my health seriously enough or put that as a priority. Have you ever heard of the, and I don't want to pronounce that wrong, but like the Pomodoro method?
No, I actually haven't.
So it's a productivity type method.
Yeah.
I've heard it pronounced different ways. That's why I was like, I don't know how to pronounce it. But it's to where, so you're planning your day in hour block times. So like, let's say you're planning to run a podcast. Okay, so you're going to break down all those tasks into 1 hour increments and checklist for that. So then you're going to set your timer for 50 minutes. Once the timer goes off, then you have 10 minutes to do anything, not business related, until your next 50 minutes start and you have to work again. So what I'm thinking is, you know, you're talking about moving around. In that 10 minutes, you could do 5 minutes of yoga or just stretch or do some. That's what I'm going to try to put into practice. I said that last month, but I have it on my calendar to start doing that.
Definitely.
So that could be an idea.
I love that. And I think also having an accountability partner is very helpful.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, especially for somebody who doesn't enjoy it or doesn't do it naturally. Accountability is so incredible. And I know your Facebook group online is looking for more health tips and implementation.
Yes.
So even if some girls on there could buddy up and say, okay, let's be accountability partners for the next 3 weeks. That's 21 days we can start to form a habit together.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just checking in with each other. And now you've made a friend. So it's such a beautiful thing. And as women, I think we strive and we long for those connections. It's not just something where we're like, oh, I'm an individual, I'm doing everything on my own. We strive to have connections and heart to hearts and knowing that we're supported and encouraged.
Right.
Another way, if people hate working out and just want to have quick results and they're willing to put in the work, like a 12-minute high-intensity interval training is fantastic. And I kind of have a formula that I've used over the years, and my clients love it. It's 4 workouts repeated 3 times, so there's 3 sets, and each workout is 50 seconds long with a 10-second break in between each workout. So an example, you're going to do jump squats, lunges on the left, lunges on the right. So that's 3 workouts already. And then burpees. That's your 4 workouts. You're going to do jump squats for 50 seconds, 10-second break, lunges on the left, lunges on the right, taking 10-second breaks in between. You repeat that 3 times, your 12 minutes is done. It's efficient. It's 12 minutes in your morning. I mean, if you don't have, Tony Robbins says, if you don't have 20 minutes for yourself, you don't have a life. So it's just, you got to think of these things, especially as an entrepreneur, when you're scheduling your life minute to minute sometimes, that you've got to get these things in for yourself.
Yes. Oh, I love that. And it's so efficient. And that's what that really draws me to that.
Yeah, and I mean, in the show notes, we can even put like kind of a breakdown of what that workout would look like. And really, you could choose whatever workouts you want. You could go on Pinterest. If you want to do an ab, look at 4 ab workouts, and then you could combine them yourself into a high-intensity interval training.
Right. Yes, I love that. Yeah, you could totally change that out for anything you need.
Exactly. And I mean, some people could do a yoga flow with that.
Yes, and I love yoga because to me it's so peaceful. And that's what I love, because my whole entire life I'm go, 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 go. And, you know, I feel like my mind is so scattered. But in a way, yoga is like this meditative form of exercise that's just so calming. And it's like I'm working out, but I'm also still. And at first, it was so foreign to me. But I'm becoming to enjoy it. Now, I'm not regular. I actually had this app that was really awesome. And then I just got off the bandwagon. You know, whenever you go on vacation and that was last March. So I've been off the bandwagon for a year. But man, when I had that app, I was going strong for 2 months. And I really enjoyed it. Obviously, it still stuck with me. I can't believe that was a year ago. That's pretty pathetic. So I shouldn't have said that out loud. But anyway.
That is totally fine.
Yeah.
And I think, yoga, I mean, I've been practicing for almost a decade now.
Oh, wow.
And yoga, I call my yoga mat as my home. It's just where I connect. It's where I find myself.
I love that.
And it's really, to me, also a place of community. If you live in an area that has really supportive and great yoga classes, you can go to those, and you're building a community of like-minded people who are encouraging and uplifting. And that was another one of my points, was community. So also for the woman who doesn't like working out, is maybe going to a local spin class or Zumba class, because now you're getting out, you're interacting with people, you're going to build relationships, and you're going to want to go back.
Right.
So that's another way. We'll touch back on community in a little bit as well, but that was one way that you can incorporate community into your life, which is so important.
Yes.
Especially if you don't have a job to go to throughout the week and you don't have that community in your office. You have your community in your home and in your family, but we need something outside of that as well.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, but yoga is great. I love the apps that you could also do at home. There's a few websites that I love that are really great too.
Yeah, I like doing it at my home just because I suck and I didn't want anyone to laugh at me. That's
Oh my
honestly
gosh.
the reason why. I knew I'd embarrass myself. The last time I went to a public exercise class was maybe 4 years ago, and I had people actually laugh at me because I
Oh,
was so bad. I'm telling you, it's terrible. It's in it, it's not like I'm pretty skinny, so I look like
right.
I'm fit. But if you put me in any kind of physical situation, it's laughable. Like, for instance, I can't, the little track things? I can't
Yeah.
even run a half of one lap on a track, and I get really bad asthma. Like, my lungs start
Mhm.
just going, what are you doing to me? It's terrible. It's terrible.
Right.
Something I'm working on.
Hey, and you're aware of it.
I am.
Awareness.
Awareness. I've been
Awareness.
aware for way too long. I need to move to the next step.
Perfect. Step 2.
Step
Take
2 is
action.
Catherine.
Yeah.
Hire Catherine. That honestly is going to be my step 2.
I'm so excited. It's going to be so incredible.
It's going to be like one big wellness party.
Oh gosh, I'm so happy. Yeah, so getting outdoors with your movement is also exciting. So you could bring your app outside with your yoga mat
Oh,
in
yeah.
privacy of your backyard, maybe,
Yeah.
so your neighbors can't watch. I mean, I used to go to the park on my lunch breaks and do yoga because it got me outside halfway through my day. I'd practice my inversions, and I mean, I fall over like a goof, but I was there and people could watch, and I was a source of entertainment, but I also got outside.
Right.
So as the warmer weather comes, I think making a priority to get outside 30 minutes a day is also important. The fresh air, the sunshine, nature, just connecting in that way is also very important.
Totally. I agree.
Yeah, definitely.
So whenever we come to like just restoring, because we're so stressed. So how
Yeah.
do we schedule in those moments to where, because this is my problem is, I fill my calendar. I get so excited about everything.
Yes, you
I'm
do.
so excitable. And so whenever it comes to like a new business project, all this excitement comes in. And then by the time I look at my calendar, it is completely full. And I don't do that purposefully, but then I just look, I'm like, where am I going to schedule in any time for myself? And this happens all the time. This is such
Right.
a struggle. So how do we go about scheduling in these times for ourselves that we desperately need?
So a few different things to do. Again, it comes to routine. So either morning or evening routine. I don't like to stress people out by having both. I think choosing one or the other is really important. So a morning routine can be really simple, having a meditation or prayer practice. So connecting with yourself and just quieting your mind is one way to restore and rejuvenate daily. An evening practice that I love is taking a warm bath with Epsom salts and essential oils, lighting a candle, burning an incense, just relaxing, disconnecting from our phones.
I
think
that.
that's the best way to do it, and it could be 10 minutes every day.
Okay, question. What essential oils are you putting in your bath?
Lavender.
Oh, okay.
Lavender and eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is a nice like spa smell.
Mm-hmm.
Lavender is really peaceful going to bed.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And the Epsom salts is nice just to relax your muscles, your body. If you've worked out, it's really great. And then what I try and do is every 3 to 4 months is go to a spa. So there's a whole day where I just check out, and there's a really great spa that's a few hours away. And we try and go a couple times a year. And it's like a Scandinavian spa. So I'm not sure if there's any around your local area, but you do 20 minutes in a hot source, so like a hot tub, a sauna, a steam room, and then 1 minute in a cold source. So like an Arctic shower, a cold plunge. So you do it in increments throughout a day when you're at the spa, and then you just feel so rejuvenated. You don't even have to get a massage or anything. But if you don't have that kind of spa in your local area, going for a massage or going to the beach for the day and leaving your phone, your iWatch, or Apple Watch, whatever it is, all technology, leave it in the car, leave it at home, and disconnect. And like I said, that's 3 to 4 times a year. It's not like you're doing it every week. So you're feeling like you still have the control in your business, and the presence in your business that you want, especially if you're in the growing phase. But you're still getting those 10 minutes a day where you're relaxing and you're disconnecting, but you have that big chunk too every quarter. So scheduling it in every quarter with your quarterly goals, schedule it in when you do your quarterly goals.
Love that idea.
Yes, there you go. I know you love planning your quarters, so.
I do. I'm obsessed with it. Yes, I really like that. Okay, now are there any supplements that you're using that have just really helped your energy levels?
Definitely. Vitamin D, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, we're mostly all deficient in vitamin D. There's a huge deficiency in vitamin D. I live in Canada, so we don't get a lot of sunshine in the winter months. I know down south it's a little different. People who live out west, a little different as well. But to supplement with vitamin D is always a plus. It's just choosing a high quality brand. I also find that the best supplements at the best price is also on the website that I had mentioned for the snacks, is the iherb.com website.
Oh, perfect.
So that'll also be in the show notes. And then I use a spirulina tablet. So spirulina can be bought in tablet form or powder form, but it smells like the ocean. And it is an algae. So it's a blue-green algae that is very, very high in chlorophyll, which is the green color that's in our vegetables. And it has a good source of protein and iron. So I take chlorophyll every day now, especially since I haven't been wanting to eat my greens. I'm supplementing with it. There's things that you could throw in your smoothies to make a green smoothie. That's usually what's making a very bold green smoothie is the spirulina. So that's a supplement that I love to encourage people to take. And then a multivitamin that suits you best. So if it's a woman over 40, she's taking a supplement for that. If you're expecting or you're postpartum, you're taking a supplement for that. At your age, Haley, you just need a daily vitamin. There's some brands that I love that I could also send you. Mega Foods is one of my favorite because it's coming directly from farmers. There's no synthetics in it. It's real food put into a capsule. And they're fantastic. That's what I'm taking now, and I absolutely love them.
That's interesting.
And then a vitamin C. So around like cold and flu season, or if you're traveling a lot, really supplement heavy on the vitamin C.
Yes, especially this flu season. It has been so bad. Oh,
yeah,
goodness.
Definitely. I mean, I'm lucky I've kept it off, and I swear it's all the vitamins I'm taking right now. I'm taking all the vitamin D, all my spirulina, and everyone around me is dropping like flies, and I'm like, I'm good over here.
That's awesome, especially with you having a baby. I mean.
Yes, exactly. And I'm very, very grateful for that, and knock on wood that I don't get sick for the rest of the year. But it's a huge help.
Great.
Yeah.
I know you touched a little bit on community.
Yes.
But can you expand a little bit more on that?
Of course. So in community, as I mentioned, that was more of the physical aspect, is getting out into a community class for a workout. That's a good way to engage in community. There's other ways as well. There's social. So going out for a girls' night, having that scheduled in a few times a month is going out and not talking business. Like, you don't talk shop. You just talk life with the girls and get life advice and encouragement and support in all areas of your life. There's our spiritual communities. So if we go to church every Sunday or to a certain spiritual practice every week, that is another great way to build community and to seek mentorship within our communities. The other way was physical. And then another way is just family. It's really being with our family and making time to be with our family. So, like I said, for us in my family, it's every Sunday we get together for a family dinner. And sometimes there's like 18 of us. And it's just we get together, we have dinner, and it's loud and crazy, but it fills our soul. And I think because there's times in business where you're like, nope, Sunday night this week, I just need to buckle down and get all these things done. Or Sunday morning comes around and you're like, I really just don't have time this week to go to church or to wherever you may be going. But it's understanding that your soul and your spirit also needs that life to it and making that a priority. So we find inspiration in our community, and it's surrounding ourselves with a community that's going to uplift us. You know, we're the byproduct of the 5 people we associate most with.
Yes.
Yes. Huge time. So it's also seeking an awareness, being very conscious of the community you're choosing to spend your time with.
For sure.
I mean, we are all going to have a family member who doesn't agree with what we do or who's going to criticize what we do because that's just not their area of expertise, and that's not the way they saw their life or potentially your life working out. Our millennials are driven to be entrepreneurs, and it's the largest movement of entrepreneurs that have been around, and a lot of parents expected us just to go for the 6-figure corporate jobs. It's because sometimes it's disappointing, but it's understanding their disappointment, that it's coming from a place of love, but then sometimes realizing, I love you and I'll spend time with you, but I need to spend more time with people who are going to uplift me. Yeah.
Yeah, that is something that I definitely had to be really aware of when I started my online business, because I wasn't being super careful about that at the very beginning. I think that's part of why I was being so miserable. But now I'm so conscious of, okay, who is actually in my ear? I can't talk to my family more than X amount of hours a week.
Yeah.
And I love them to death, but I cannot let them in my head sometimes. And it's because they don't get it, and they're not always the most supportive, and that's okay. I've had to come to terms with that's totally fine. They don't have to be, you know?
Right. Yeah.
I shouldn't be wanting their approval anyways, ever, because it doesn't matter. But and I don't have a lot of people here where I'm locally, because I don't live in New York or Chicago. I live in a very small town in Arkansas where we can barely afford a Walmart to be in our town. So, woohoo. Yeah, so what I do is I listen to a lot of audio. I find people that I strive to be like, and I just put them in my headphones every time I drive, shower, cook, eat, fold laundry, anything. I'm listening 100%. To audio, and that is who I'm surrounding myself with. So if you're in a situation to where you don't have entrepreneurs in your area, put in an audiobook or listen to some audio and surround yourself with just amazing, inspiring people.
100%. And like I've said many times, my car is a classroom. When I commute to work, it's either an audiobook or a podcast. And it's true, you just become so uplifted. And I mean, even for people who have a supportive family but are in a negative work environment, if at work for an hour or two, you could pop in your headphones, listen to something uplifting to get you through that day, especially if you're working to transition out of your job. And sometimes it can be discouraging showing up every day if you're seeking that full-time self-employment. It's putting something that's going to uplift you and get you through, and you're going to get there.
For sure. I love that. Well, great.
Definitely.
Okay, I'm so excited that you came on and talked to us all about this and went over it, because I know that I needed this, and I thought some of your advice was great. I know I need to start incorporating this in my daily life, because this is definitely where I struggle as an online entrepreneur, which is terrible. But I think that a lot of us just a little bit still struggle with this. And I think there's definitely different issues behind why, but we all in some way do struggle with taking care of ourselves and putting aside this time. So I think that we should all work on it together as a community. I know personally my Facebook group, we're working on it together slowly. I'm slowly getting together like monthly challenges. Catherine is also in that Facebook group as well. And so go to marketbeautifully.com/community if you want to join that Facebook group and come hang out with us, because it's just it's going to become an awesome holistic party.
Yay!
Full of great challenges every month. And it has nothing to do with a product or anything. I just know that I need accountability, and you have, especially everyone on Instagram, have kept me accountable for so many things. This is just going to be great. So, yes.
It's very exciting. Yeah, and find an accountability partner within the group, too. Because you're already going to be with a like-minded person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, where can everyone stalk you and connect with you?
Yeah, definitely. I can be stalked on Instagram at Catherine_Claire_daily.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just kind of on there a lot more now than I was the last few months because I was sleeping. My Facebook group is Whole Living with Catherine Claire as well. And then my website, which should be going live very soon, is catherineclaire.ca. So everything is with Catherine Claire. Just search me on there. And I do offer one-on-one health coaching. So if anybody was interested in touching base on that or exploring it, you could DM me on Instagram, message me on Facebook, or send me an email at info@catherineclaire.ca. And you can set up a free 30-minute health history consultation. So it's 30 minutes one-on-one with me, and you'll actually walk away with a couple tips to help you get started.
That is so awesome.
Yeah, it's so much fun. I love doing health histories.
Okay, yeah, definitely take advantage of the free health history with Catherine, for sure.
Awesome.
Okay, well, thanks so much again for coming on the show. I've really enjoyed talking to you because, again, I totally needed this.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Haley.